side, for the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Luke Goforth. So the officials are deploying. Blacksburg's kickoff reception team making their way onto the field. Lord Botetourt getting final instructions on their side of the field. They now break the huddle and they head towards the 40-yard line. Botetourt will kick it off from our right to our left. Blacksburg obviously moving opposite of that from our left to our right. Blacksburg's eyes will be in the sun a little bit as this first quarter gets underway. We're watching Luke Goforth warming up down on the sideline. I think, Brad, if he had another efficient night like he did last Friday night, Eddie Sloss would be a happy man. Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, we just got to move the ball. And as a whole, from an offensive perspective, we got to be able to move the ball. From a defensive perspective, we got to be able to stop the ball. And obviously turnovers in a game like this are going to be monumental. The team that has the least of them stands a much better chance of winning this game.
Here we go.
So getting ready to kick it off for Lord Botetourt is Taryn Baker, the 5'9", 205-pound senior, and he does just that, a high end-over-end kick, and it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. That is exactly what any kicker at the high school level or college level wants to do, put it in the end zone, force the other team to start on the 20.
You think there's any butterflies flying around out there?
Nah, none.
Once that first hit happens, they'll fly the coop.
So Blacksburg looks to the sideline to get the play call. On the near side, it looks like it will be Mitchell, Mathena, and Golston. Check that, Golston on the far side. It'll be Muhammad in between Mathena and Mitchell. So an empty backfield for Luke Goforth. He awaits the snap from Scott Hudson. Now Mitchell will drop back behind Goforth, and we're going to have a timeout called right off the bat as Blacksburg has confusion getting the offense set on the first play of the game, Brad. Not good.
Not good. That should be something that's resolved very quickly. You hate to see that, but, you know, again, like I said, a lot of butterflies flying around and a lot of nerves happening out there.
Well, you have to hope if you're Blacksburg that doesn't come back to haunt them if they're in the midst of a drive towards the end of the first half trying to get points on the board.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, you know, in all honesty, there should be no reason for that. You're coming out of the locker room, coming out of the field house, you should know what your first play is.
So the players appear to have the play call. It will be Parker Epperly and Josh Golston to the far side of the field. The triplets are fairly close to the offensive line on the near side, only about 3 yards off of the line. Luke Goforth alone in the backfield. In motion is Epperly, play action, and Goforth is going to be sacked. He'll be brought down at the 10-yard line, and Lord Botetourt's size up front showing itself early.
You know, I think with the size and the pressure that they're getting, in my opinion, you know, Mark, we're going to have to run the football today. We're going to have to be able to run the football and be successful running the football in order for us to be successful on the offensive side.
Or perhaps the game plan will get altered. Maybe we'll see Luke Goforth throwing on the run. He can throw on the run pretty well. We've seen him do that in games and in practice. It will be Epperly in the backfield with Goforth this time to his left, about a yard off of his left hip, and it will be Mitchell in the backfield as well. So a max protect formation for Blacksburg. Single receiver to the far side, two to the near side. Epperly with the carry, and he's going to be brought down at about the 9-yard line, but a penalty flag came in late on the play. Let's see if it's a hold or a face mask. The flag is at the 9-yard line.
Inside the 10 and about the 9-yard line. There is a flag down.
Penalty is on Blacksburg. I don't know, Robbie, if you know what that signal was for.
I have no idea what that is.
So we have an officiating expert in the booth, a former official, and the official made a signal that no one seems to comprehend. I guess the penalty was declined. It's going to bring up 3rd and 21 for Blacksburg. Mathena goes to the far side of the field. Ball's on the near side hash mark. Golston and Epperly join him on that side. It is Mitchell and Mathena to the near side. Goforth alone in the backfield, in trouble, and he's just going to have to turn, throw it out of bounds. And the pass rush early for Lord Botetourt very much disrupting the Blacksburg offense. That's something that's going to have to get addressed, Brad, early in this game, or it's going to be a long night for Blacksburg.
Well, you know, you look at it, if they're going to bring all the pressure like that, you look at a little screenplay or something like that, you got to keep them honest. And again, you know, sometimes when they're bringing pressure like that, a little trap up the middle works just as well as anything.
Fourth down, number 4, Goforth.
So Goforth, about 2-3 yards inside the end line of the end zone, gets the kick off. Side of his foot a little bit. It's going to bounce at about the 37-yard line. It'll be down at the 36. No, they're going to give it the 35-yard line for Lord Botetourt. So excellent field position for the Cavaliers as they begin their first offensive possession of the night. Not the offensive start that Blacksburg wanted at all.
No, definitely not the offensive start we wanted. Definitely not the field position we wanted to give up to Lord Botetourt. Defense is going to have their backs pressed against the wall right here. Just got to get after it.
It will be Evan Eller at quarterback. It is a double tight end set. Running back is Dylan Wade. Snap comes back, hand off to Wade. Has a hole, has a pickup of about 7 yards. Just went right over the right guard. Good yardage, a pickup of 7. It will be 2nd and 3. And that's going to be a big matchup we'll be watching all night long, Brad. That Blacksburg defensive line against a very large offensive line for Lord Botetourt, averaging 280 pounds from tackle to tackle. This time it's a pistol look. Evan Eller, the ball carrier, goes around the right side, jumps, and he'll have enough as he hurdles over top of Luke Goforth down to about the 23-yard line.
Good job there, Luke Goforth coming up from that corner position, making a good open field tackle.
That will move the chains for Lord Botetourt. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Blacksburg 23. The ball on the far side hash mark. Like Blacksburg, Lord Botetourt signals in their plays from the sideline with motions of 3 different coaches. Eller in the shotgun has Wade behind him in a pistol look. Single receiver to the near side is Kyle Arnholt. And straight ahead as a run. Looked like the ball came loose. Let's see who's got it.
Big time hit there, number 12, Parker Epperly coming up. Thought the ball did come loose, but
Lord Botetourt did fall on it, and they will get credit for a gain of about 2. The ball about halfway between the 21 and the 20. So call it 2nd and 8 for the Cavaliers. The ball slightly to the right side of midfield. Double tight end set this time. This is a power pistol look, strong to the right side with an H-back. Eller with the snap, hands it to the running back. That is Dylan Wade, and by and large, he is bottled up. He will maybe get a yard down to the 20.
Great job right there. Initial hit, 41, Darius Norris in for the Bruins, and then a gang tackle of defenders for the Bruins.
So 3rd and 7. No score in the game. Blacksburg with a 3-and-out, a very shaky first offensive series, almost a safety on Luke Goforth in the Bruins end zone. They punted away. They do have Botetourt at 3rd and 7 from the 20. Snap comes back. Eller running to his right, looking, and he's going to be brought down short of the first down. He'll have a gain of about 3, maybe 4. He's going to be 2 yards short of the marker. Let's see if Botetourt decides to go for 3 here, or if they keep the offense on the field, and more than likely, they'll keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, he's going to try to take advantage of those big horses up front.
So Eller gets the play. Botetourt breaks the huddle. Ball on the far side hash mark. Power pistol strong to the left with an H-back on the left side. Snap back. Eller wants to run it, and he's going to turn just enough for the first down. In fact, he'll have a little bit more than what he needed, and he will be down to the 12-yard line. There is a Bruin that is injured over on the far side of the field. Trainer Daniel Clark making his way over to tend to the Bruin that is down.
Looks like it could be Zach Early.
You can't quite see the number.
I'm pretty sure it's Zach
It does
Early.
look like it's number 78, Zach Early. And the head coach of the Bruins, Eddie Schloss, out as well. And while he's being tended to, we'll take this brief timeout. No score, Blacksburg and Lord Botetourt. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
So have you applied for any jobs yet?
Nah, I'm just gonna sit all day.
So am I.
Next stop, Torgerson Hall.
Don't just sit. Sit profitably. Drive for BT.
Make $13.35 per hour.
The injured Bruin is indeed Zach Early, and they are tending, it looks like, to his right leg. A couple of Bruins have come over to perhaps help him get off of the field. He is now standing up. Let's see if he can put any weight at all on the right foot. He is not. It will be Will Thomas that will come in relief of young Zach Early. Well, Brad, we talked about size in this game and how important it was for Blacksburg. Zach Early checks in 5'11", 295. He was counted on size-wise to try to neutralize a little bit of that weight and size that Lord Botetourt has. That'll be a big loss for Blacksburg if he can't get back.
Yeah, he's a good one, and I tell you what, Zach has really worked hard in the off season, and you know, he's a two-way starter for us, so that's going to hurt us right there. But you know, hopefully it's you know, he'll be okay and be able to get back out there. He's definitely walking slowly off the field with some assistance. So wishing Zach many prayers that he's going to be okay.
And he is coming off the field behind the end zone to our left. And when Will Thomas comes in, just to tell you a little bit about the weight differential, Will Thomas has very good feet for an offensive and defensive lineman, but he is 6 foot 185 versus Zach Early's 5'11", 295, so 110 pounds given up by young Mr. Early.
He is, that's for sure. But I tell you what, you know, Will Thomas is a heck of a football player. He's worked hard in the weight room. So
first and 10, Botetourt from the 11. It is Evan Eller running straight ahead and into the end zone for the touchdown. He just went right up the middle behind the big offensive line, and Lord Botetourt blew open a hole. And Lord Botetourt takes the early lead at 6-0 with 7:01 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, they just came and ran it right at us right there. Not a whole lot you can do with that.
On to attempt the PAT for Lord Botetourt is their senior place kicker, Taryn Baker. It will be out of the hold of Evan Eller. Snap is back. The boot is up. It's a low PAT, but it is a good PAT, and Lord Botetourt stretches its lead to 7-0. 7:01 remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Back at Bill Brown Stadium, Lord Botetourt takes the ball from their 36-yard line into the Blacksburg end zone on their first possession. They lead it 7-0, and we can report somewhat good news that Zach Early was able to put weight on his foot and was able to walk off of the field. That's a good sign right there.
Yeah, we're going to need him, that's for sure.
So Taryn Baker approaches the football. His first one was into the end zone. This one will not be. It'll be returned by Kareem Muhammad. Starts on the far side of the field, cuts around the 20, 25, 30, 35, and hit across the 40 and out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So a very good return by Kareem Muhammad. Let's see if that can fire up this Blacksburg offense, Brad.
Yeah, we need something there. We need something to get us going here.
Muhammad caught the ball right about at the numbers on the far side of the field and immediately started running to his right, found a lane, got to the edge, got good yardage for Blacksburg. 1st and 10 Bruins on the near side hash at the 42.
Got to do something here with it.
3 receivers to the left, single receiver Golston to the right on the numbers. And a little bit of confusion again for Blacksburg. Looked like Malcolm Collins didn't know at first where to line up. Now he does. Mitchell is to the left of the quarterback. Go forth in the shotgun. Mitchell has the handoff, and he's going to be brought down about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. A good job by Botetourt stringing that one out.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of containment. You know, watching the film, I knew that Botetourt was going to have a good defensive team.
It's a loss of a yard, but looks like more close to a yard and a half from our vantage point. So 2nd and 11 for Blacksburg from the 41. Twin receivers this time to the left and the right. Mitchell about 2 yards to the left of Goforth, who's in the shotgun. Claps his hands. Now in motion comes Muhammad. Quick pass to Golston. And there are Botetourt defenders there to bring him down close to the original line of scrimmage. So a gain of just 2. 3rd and 10 for Blacksburg coming up.
Yeah, not a lot of room to run right there.
And the coaches talked this week, Brad, about the fact it may take a series or 2 to figure out what Botetourt's doing on defense. It's one thing you can't do early in the game. If it's getting stuffed early, that doesn't mean it's going to get stuffed all night long.
Sure. I mean, you got to keep fighting.
3 receivers to the far side of the field, fairly close to the 5-down lineman. A pair of receivers to the near side. Stanaland behind him, Mitchell. Mitchell now goes in motion. Goforth throws it long, has a receiver open. It's Muhammad. He's got it at the 22.
Good job right there. Muhammad just got right behind the safety. Goforth threw it down the field, and Muhammad was able to run underneath it. Great pickup right there to get the offense moving.
35 yards on the reception between Goforth and Muhammad. And we talked early in the pregame, Brad, about the speed element that Blacksburg can bring to the game. Muhammad just simply ran past the defensive backfield of Lord Botetourt. Twin receivers to either side. Mitchell in the backfield. 2 yards off the left hip of Goforth. Mitchell gets the carry. Started initially to the right, now to the left, driving the legs forward and still going forward. They'll call him down at the, looks like the 17-yard line for a gain of 5.
Good hard run right there by Brian Mitchell. It's like he
50 getting him a few extra yards there.
Yeah, a gain of 5 yards there for Mitchell.
2nd and 5. 7-0 Lord Botetourt, 4:35 remaining in the first quarter. Blacksburg on the move. Heading from our left to our right. Triplets bunched closely together on the near side. Twins on the far side. Back is Goforth, has time, throws deep into the corner, trying to hit Golston, and does Golston have it? No, broken up at the last second. Very good defensive play made by Lord Botetourt's number 19, Peyton Hastings.
Yeah, very good defensive play right there. We're lucky that that wasn't intercepted. It sort of hung up there a little bit, and you know, it's one of those that your receivers just got to go fight for it, and Golston did fight for it, but fortunately, Botetourt didn't come down with it there.
So 3rd and 5 for Blacksburg. It's Blake Stanaland that will split to the near side on the numbers. The ball about 2 yards to the left of the near side hash mark. Players looking to the sideline to get the play called. Now they look down at their wristbands, make sure they have it. It's a power pistol look for Blacksburg. To the left, Brian Mitchell has it, bounces it, started to bounce it outside. Looked like for a moment he might have a lane, and then it closed, and no gain for Blacksburg. Maybe he'll get a yard. So Blacksburg will bring James Poland and the three-point unit onto the field. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Jake Lyman, to maybe give us an update on Zach Early. Jake?
Number 1, James Poland on the kick.
And Lord Botetourt on the field goal attempt busts through and blocks the field goal attempt by James Poland. So the score remains 7-0. Botetourt with the lead. They will take over with the ball at their own 20.
You hate to get down there and not be able to get some points out of that one.
Looked like the kick from my vantage point, Brad, was rather low.
It did come off a little bit low. Looked like they got a hand on it and just couldn't quite get it out there.
So Lord Botetourt with their second offensive possession. Evan Eller remains in as the quarterback. Behind him is Dylan Wade, and the official stops the clock. And Lord Botetourt's going to call a timeout. We'll take timeout as well. 7-0 Lord Botetourt leading Blacksburg, 3:54 remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Seven to nothing, Lord Botetourt leading Blacksburg, 3:54 remaining in the first quarter on a picture-perfect weather night. You could put this on a postcard and say this is what high school football is about. A big contingent of Lord Botetourt fans across the way, a pretty good contingent of Bruins fans here tonight as well. And we thought there would be, Brad, a pretty good crowd here, given the pedigree both of these teams bring to the table.
Oh, yeah, it is definitely a good crowd. I think there's still more people coming in as we speak.
Following the timeout, Cavaliers have
so it will continue to be Evan Eller at quarterback. In the backfield is Dylan Wade. And he will get the carry. He will get knifed down. Parker Epperly took him off his feet. A gain of just a yard.
Great job right there by Parker Epperly coming in, reading it, and taking over.
By number 12, Epperly, number 41, Norris. Gain of 2 yards, second down.
Botetourt a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Epperly tries to get some tape off of his wrist. Gets it off the sideline. Same formation. Handoff. No. Eller going back to pass. Throws out the flat. Has his receiver. And he breaks the tackle of Brian Mitchell. That pass complete to number 87, Bryson Oliver, a 6'1", 220-pound tight end, a junior. One of the players we didn't really see a whole lot of on tape, but just goes to show you how deep this Botetourt team is.
Oh yeah, they've got a lot of athletes. You know, you can see by the numbers over there on their sidelines.
And Brian Mitchell looked like he was going to bring young Mr. Oliver down at about the 32 or 33, and could not do so, so it's a first down for the Cavaliers. Tight formation this time. Eller about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. He's going to run it to the left. Epperle's going to slow him down. He's going to break free. He's breaking multiple tackles. Blacksburg should have limited this play to maybe a gain of a yard or two, but instead the elusive Mr. Eller gets all the way up to the 43-yard line. It will be 3rd and 2.
He runs hard. He runs real hard.
Finally brought down.
Pretty slippery.
One of the things Chris Lucas, the defensive coordinator, was telling his team all week in practice, guys, wrap up, wrap up. I think I counted, Brad, about 3 missed tackles there by Blacksburg. Just could not wrap up and bring number 4 down. But we will see the appearance now of number 3, James Salvey, the 5'9", 170-pound senior quarterback. He's more of the thrower. On the near side hash mark. Salvey has the snap, a little bit low, play action. Salvey wants to sidearm it, and he does. Completes it once again to number 87, Bryson Oliver, and that's enough for a first down up near the midfield stripe.
He slid right out in the flats right there.
Now, looks like Salvey will continue to stay into the game. A very flexible offense for Jamie Harless in terms of the quarterbacks. He can toggle number 4, the runner, Evan Eller, in. And we did see Eller throw last week against Brookville. And then he brings in James Salvey, who throws it, Brad. I don't know, he drops it down like about 60 degrees, kind of a sidearm thrower. But for him, it works.
It does, that's right.
Power pistol strong to the right side. Ball on the far side hash at the midfield stripe. Handoff straight ahead. Goes Wade, and he plunges ahead. He's over the 40 and down to about the 36 of Blacksburg. Nothing but power running between the tackles for Lord Botetourt.
Yeah, they're just lining up and coming right at you.
Technical on the play by number 6, Josh Goldstone.
And we look down at young Zach Early. He's got an ice pack now that has been taped to his right ankle.
Balls across the 40.
So it looks like, Brad, he may not make it back tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't, it doesn't look like it.
1st and 10, Cavaliers at the Blacksburg 36. It is Salvey into the game. It'll be a max protect look. A running back on either side of the quarterback, an H-back on the left side. Salvey takes it straight ahead, running behind his big offensive lineman. He'll have a gain of about 4, possibly 5.
Good job right there. Looked like Josh Golson as well as Epperle in on the tackle there.
Scoreboard has not updated yet. It looks like it's going to be a gain of 5. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Maybe 2nd and 6. And the scoreboard says 2nd and 7. Blacksburg will go with that. Power pistol strong to the right. Handoff to Dylan Wade. Started to his right, cut back inside, and he'll be down to about the 25 of Blacksburg, and the chains will move again. Well, Brad, we thought this is what Botetourt would do. Just run it right at Blacksburg. They don't really need to go outside if they can go inside and make things work.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you know, they're just going to do what they've got to do. They're going to go with what their strength is, and their strength is just lining up and coming right at you. The other part about this is the longer that they're coming right at you, the less time you have with the ball.
That will end the first quarter of play here in Blacksburg. 7-0 Lord Botetourt with the lead. This is Bruins football on your local station ESPN Blacksburg.
10.
4 on the run.
It is Evan Eller running with the football out of a max protect formation on 1st and 10, and he'll have a gain of about 8 down to the 17-yard line of Blacksburg. And Jake, you're right down there looking at it. It looks like so far anyway, Lord Botetourt is controlling the line of scrimmage.
2 yards to go.
Second and 2, power pistol to the left side. This time it is number 22, Ethan Flower in the backfield. He gets the carry. He's running to the left side, breaking tackles, bouncing off of Bruins tacklers, and he'll be brought down at about the 3-yard line.
Wow.
Blacksburg is going to have to wrap up. Lord Botetourt is breaking tackles at an alarming rate right now.
Yeah, a lot of missed tackles right there. We've had a lot of missed tackles here the past couple plays.
By the Bruins, number 6, Golston. Number 70, Hughes.
Julius Mason will come on in relief of Luke Elliott for Blacksburg. So Botetourt has it 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. On the far side hash mark, Eller is the quarterback. Pistol formation, strong left with an H-back to the left side. Handoff straight ahead to Clower. He goes nowhere. He'll be dropped at the 5, a loss of 1.
Good job there. Looked like number 2, Julius Mason, as well as 84, Blaze Butler, in on the tackle.
Tackled in the backfield.
7-0. Lord Botetourt with the lead. They scored on their first offensive possession. And they are so far doing exactly what Blacksburg's coaches thought they would do. Just a power running game, trying to exert their will on Blacksburg. Time the running back Flower is a yard off the right hip of Evan Eller. Eller runs it straight ahead, and he's going to be close, but he's not in. He'll be stopped at about the 1-yard line.
Like number 70, Will Thomas, as well as number 12, Parker Epperly, in on the tackle.
You get down here, Brad, where it's going to be 3rd and about a yard away from the goal line. Gap control becomes very important. You've got to seal those gaps and not give the running back room to run.
Yeah, you got to get some penetration back there. Got to use our speed to our advantage.
Pistol formation, strong left. Eller running it, started outside, and did he make it in? He did not. He is stopped for no gain. 4th and goal coming up. And if Blacksburg could get a stop here.
Looked like Josh Golston in on the tackle there for the Bruins.
A big, big moment in this game early here in the 2nd quarter. 9:15 on a running clock here at Bill Brown Stadium. Botetourt leading 7-0. 4th. The scoreboard says 2. It's really 4th and 1. Eller is the quarterback. More than likely he will carry it. He is. He's running to his left. Can Blacksburg string it out? Blacksburg lifts him up in the air and stops him from reaching the goal line.
What a play right there.
Josh Golston got underneath the legs of Evan Eller and almost helicoptered him, it looked like, Brad, just short of the goal line.
Great job right there. What a play.
That could be the momentum changer Blacksburg is looking for. Now, if you're Blacksburg, you've got to be careful. That ball is between the goal line and the 1-yard line, and the one thing you can't do here is give up a safety. Mitchell will be in the backfield with Goforth. Twin receivers to either side. Quarterback Goforth takes one last look at his wristband. You can bet Botetourt's coming on this one. Goforth back, throwing out into the flat, a little bit too long. His intended target out there was Malcolm Collins, just beyond his reach. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10, Bruins.
Blacksburg needs some sort of a big play here, Brad, to get out of this hole that they find themselves in. On the scoreboard, 7-0, but on the field, that ball is dangerously close to the goal line.
Yes, it is.
Tight formation with the receivers. They're all bunching close to the line of scrimmage. Goforth with the snap, drops, in trouble, running, He's going to throw it upfield. Has Brian Mitchell at the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Mitchell pushed out of bounds at the 40. They'll say he went out at the 44-yard line, so a 43-yard gain for Blacksburg, and they are indeed, Brad, out of the hole now.
A good job right there. Luke bought time with his feet and rolled out to the right and just threw it up there, and Mitchell was able to run underneath it.
They will spot it at the 46. So a gain of 45 for Blacksburg. Now a little bit of room to operate. 3 receivers to the near side. Golston, the lone receiver, to the far side. Quick pass is knocked down by one of the defenders of Lord Botetourt. That was Isaiah Stevens, the linebacker, knocking it down. 8:38 remaining in the second quarter. 7-0 Lord Botetourt. A big goal line stand by Blacksburg. Gives the Bruins the ball back. Bruins get a 45-yard completion from Goforth to Mitchell.
Well, you know, you got it down to 6'5". Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, if you're an offensive lineman, you got to hit him low to keep his hands there.
This time Blacksburg will show a pistol look of their own. Mitchell will be the deep back. Twins to the near side, single receiver far side. Handoff, Mitchell, and he's going to be bottled up. He's not going anywhere. In fact, he will lose a couple of yards back to the 44. Here comes a penalty flag late.
Well, there's going to be a personal foul against Botetourt.
It was the head linesman across the way that threw the flag. Here's the call. It is a personal foul call on Lord Botetourt. And that will be enough to move the chains for Blacksburg. A Nest Realty first down for the Bruins.
It takes the Bruins across the field.
Well, let's see, Brad. Blacksburg can leverage the big pass completion to Mitchell and a personal foul penalty on Lord Botetourt. Blacksburg now has it at the 41 of Lord Botetourt, about 3 yards inside from the far side hash. Twin receivers to both sides. Mitchell behind the quarterback Goforth. Quick pass out in the flat, complete to Malcolm Collins. He tries to evade the first tackler, not successful, but he will pick up 5.
It's a good quick pass right there. This is what we got to do. We just got to move the chains, you know. We just keep moving the chains.
Call it a gain of 4, not 5, with the spot of the ball. It'll be Mathena, Muhammad, and Collins on the near side. Golston on the far side of the field. Brian Mitchell to the left of the quarterback, Goforth. Back it comes, Goforth rolling to his left, throws out the flat, has it complete to Muhammad, and he is thrown down after very little gain. They have simply gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Good tackling being displayed tonight by Lord Botetourt. Whenever Blacksburg's offensive players get free in space, they're being brought down very quickly.
Looks like you got a gain of 1 there, Mark. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
You got to think here, Brad, if Blacksburg does not pick this up, it's probably 2-down territory. Twin receivers to both sides. Now in motion going to the far side is Muhammad. Mitchell to the right of Goforth. Goforth rolling to his right, throws, has a receiver, and getting down on his knees to bring it in for a Nest Realty first down is Kareem Muhammad.
Good catch right there, good throw by Luke Goforth.
So a Nest Realty first down for Blacksburg. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the, looks like the 29-yard line of Lord Botetourt. Continuing to operate on the far side of the field. Ball on the far side hash. Golston and Muhammad to the near side. Mathena and Collins to the far side. Mitchell dots the eye behind Goforth. Snap comes back. Goforth, quick pass over the middle, and Kareem Muhammad on the quick slant started to turn upfield before he brought the ball in first. That's the first order of business. You got to do that before you can run with it.
He took a pretty good shot there. Eller came across the middle and hit him right in the ribs. Kareem's a tough kid.
So 2nd and 10 for the Bruins. 5:58 remaining in the second quarter. 7-0 Lord Botetourt. They scored on their first possession of the game. Looked like they might score on their second possession of the game, but a brilliant goal line stand by Blacksburg gave the Bruins the ball back, and now they're driving after that stand. Twins to the near side, single receiver far side. Goforth runs it straight ahead, has some room, cuts around the right side, over the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Luke Goforth.
Great run right there by Luke, good vision, cut it back across the field.
29 yards for the senior quarterback of the Bruins, and Blacksburg is a PAT away from tying the game. So that's how you answer, Brad, with a 99-yard drive after a goal line stand. Blacksburg able to leverage the emotion that the defense gave them. 99 yards and 6 points.
It's a great drive.
And now the critical extra point coming up. Recall that James Poland had a field goal blocked earlier. It'll be Goforth the holder. Kick is up. And that kick is good, and Blacksburg has tied it. 5:52 remaining in the second quarter. 7-7. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
Batter up. All in. Batter up.
Blacksburg ties it up on a 99-yard drive. Here is a high short kick, purposefully so, brought in at about the 19-yard line by Isaiah Stevens. He'll get it upfield to, let's see the officials mark it. They're going to mark it, it looks like, at the 33, maybe the 34. 12-yard return by Stevens. Let's see where they mark it. They're actually going to mark it, well, initially marked it at the 35. Now they're going to drag it back to the 34, which is where I thought it should be marked.
It's a good open field tackle there by number 41, Darius Norris.
So now Blacksburg will quickly bring onto the field Jamari Hairston. Defense comes set. Salvi is the quarterback this time. Wade is the runner, play action, and throwing it sidearm and long is Salvi, and it's intercepted by Luke Goforth at the 35-yard line. Salvi put a lot of air under it, and it was short. Goforth picks it off. So the defense for Blacksburg, Brad, coming up with some big plays. The goal line stand, and now the first turnover of the game.
Absolutely, that's good stuff right there. Momentum has shifted. Football's a game of momentum.
And the coaches told the players all week long, you may take a shot in the mouth early. Just hang in there. Hang in there. And that's what the Bruins are doing. Twin receivers to both sides. Mitchell is behind Luke Goforth. Claps his hands. Goforth throws it. Intended for Josh Golston, who looked like he took his eyes off of it before he hauled it in to head upfield. So a little bit of concentration problems for the Bruins receivers. 2nd and 10.
Nearest defender in the area, number 2.
Got to try to do something here with the ball. You know, Lord Botetourt gets it back here in the second half, so we need to try to do something with this possession here.
Golston and Muhammad to the far side. As Blake Stanland on the numbers on the near side. Pistol look this time for Blacksburg. It's Muhammad to the right of Goforth. Quick pass is intended for and caught by Malcolm Collins coming out of the backfield. He'll have a gain of 2, 3rd and 8 coming up for Blacksburg.
Tackle on the play by number 5 Monks.
5:15 remaining in the second quarter. It's tied at 7. Lord Botetourt scored on their first offensive possession. Blacksburg, after a goal line stand, goes 99 yards to tie it. The Bruins looking at their wristbands to get the play call. 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Josh Golston alone on the far side. Mitchell to the left of Goforth. Goforth starts to roll to his right, now drops back, puts it up in the air, and that one's going to be dropped by Kareem Muhammad. It looked like for a moment it might get intercepted by Ethan Clower, but it was there for the taking. Muhammad could not haul it in. It was right on his hands.
Yeah, that was close. It was a little bit of a dangerous throw there. Luke was backing up and threw it and sort of hung up in the air just a little bit.
So Goforth will go back into punt formation. He only had to punt once last week, and it was a beauty, a 51-yarder. Evan Eller is back to receive the punt. This one is high. It'll bounce once, now twice. At the 28-yard line is where it will be down.
Good kick, good job of Luke to be able to get it off.
35-yard kick, not quite a 51-yarder, but not bad either.
Well, he had pressure coming down too, and you know, just to be able to get it off and try to shift that field position is a win.
So Botetourt will take over. At their own 29, 4:39 remaining, tied at 7. 2 of the premier programs in the state the last few years, Blacksburg and Lord Botetourt. Eller is the quarterback starting this series. He will hand it off to the deep back, who runs it straight ahead and just burrows his way up near the first down marker. In fact, the chains may move. That was Dylan Wade running hard. And recall that Hunter Rice, the young man with 4,200 plus yards his first 2 years at Lord Botetourt, not in this game tonight, injured his ankle against Brookville, and the chains will move, so it was a first down. So this is the backup running back. And it looks like, Brad, maybe they've simplified the offense just a little bit. Let's not get cute. Let's just run power football.
Well, I mean, that's where their strength is. I mean, you got an average of 280 to 300-pound guys up front. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure that one out.
Dylan Wade lines up first to the left, now to the right of Evan Eller. Eller keeps the ball, runs ahead. He'll be brought down after a short gain. Looked like it was Luke Elliott that brought him down after a gain of, call it 3, Brad, or is that 4?
Looks like it's about 4. Like the initial hit there was Epperly, and Elliott finished it up.
2nd and 6. The clock now at 4. Check that, 3:40 remaining in the second quarter. The game tied at 7. Power pistol to the left. Looks like a little bit of movement up front. In goes Wade, churning the legs, driving forward, and that will be enough for the first down, up to just on the Lord Botetourt side of the midfield stripe.
Looks like it's going to move the chains.
Botetourt just getting pushed, Brad. Push up front by that big offensive line.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they're playing ball control and just coming right at you.
2 young men on that offensive line have multiple Division I offers. Power pistol to the right side, pitch back to Stevens. Check that, it's Kyle Arnholt with the carry. And he'll pick up 2, 2nd and 8.
Ran a little bit of an option there.
Yeah, a little bit of a pitch back. Running to the near side.
Good job there. Good reading there by Goforth at the corner, and Epperly coming from that inside backer position. You know, they played it just about perfect. You got the inside coming this way, and you got the outside coming back in towards the middle, and they just sort of sandwiched him.
The running back, Wade, is to the right side of Eller. Eller will not gain much on that play. Blacksburg wraps him up for no gain. 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good job right there. Blaze Butler, Julius Mason in on the tackle.
A little bit of play action, and looks like we're going to have a timeout called. We'll take a brief timeout as well. 7-7, Blacksburg and Lord Botetourt, 2:12 remaining in the second quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Perfect night for football here in Southwest Virginia. 2:12 remaining in the game.
Big 3rd down here, Mark. 2:12 to go in the second quarter.
3rd and 7 from the Blacksburg 47. Ball in the near side hash. Pistol look. Eller started to pitch it, decided to keep it. He'll have a gain of just 2, and it'll bring up 4th and about 5 for Lord Botetourt. Actually, where they've spotted the ball, 4th and 6. And Blacksburg is going to call a timeout here to try to get perhaps the ball back if they can get a stop.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It looks like they are going to bring the punt team on. You have to be careful right here. This is an area for a fake punt. It's placed on the 46 of Blacksburg, 4th and about 6. You just have to be cautious.
The punter is Mikey Rago, 5'11", 155-pound junior. Again, if you're listening tonight, we'd love to hear from you. 866-961-1430. 866-961-1430. Give us your name and where you're listening from. And we'll try to get as many of you identified as we can. We just got the software up and running. A little bit of operator error here, Brad, on yours truly, but I think we've got it fixed now. So folks want to text us, please do. 866-961-1430. It is Muhammad back to receive this kick that will be coming off the foot of Mikey Rago, we think. Lord Botetourt spreading the field wide for this punt. The kick is away. It's an end-over-end kick. It's going to hit at about the 25, and it's going to roll dead at about the 20. So Blacksburg will have a minute 49 with which to operate. And they'd love nothing more, Brad, than to use every second of it, but get points on the board, go into the locker room with a lead. Looked like early on Lord Botetourt maybe would blow Blacksburg right out of the stadium, but the Bruins have responded. That big goal line stand, Brad, by far the biggest play of the game.
Oh, absolutely. Huge play. Change of momentum.
Players look at the wristbands. 3 receivers bunched pretty close to the offensive line on the far side. Same thing with the Twins on the near side. Goforth taking one last look at the wristband, making sure he has the play correct. Claps his hands. In motion goes Mitchell. Back goes Goforth, has time to throw, going long, and that one's going to be intended for Malcolm Collins, knocked away by Bray Farrell. He may not have gotten a hand on it, but he was in the vicinity, got his hand up. He was the closest to it, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 1:44 to go, that stops the clock.
And it was open, Brad. If that ball's on the money, that would have been a completion. On that play, at least Goforth had some time.
Yes.
Three receivers this time split a little bit wider to the far side of the field. Single receiver Mathena to the near side. Goforth hands it to Mitchell. Gets a block. Can he get to the edge? He cannot. He'll be knocked out of bounds. Right about the original line of scrimmage by Nicholas Pitzer. So 3rd and long for Blacksburg. And the bad thing is, Brad, he goes out of bounds. That's 2 plays in a row where the clock stops.
Yeah, it's, you know, I mean, and we know how well Eller can run. So, I mean, any given play, he could break it. Got to try to find a way to get a first down here.
Give Mitchell a short gain. The scoreboard says 3rd and 9. He may have gained a half yard. Same formation, 3 receivers to the far side, Mathena to the near side. Goforth claps his hand, rolls slightly to his right, in trouble, throws, has to throw off his back foot, and it's going to be almost intercepted. That pass hung up in the air. Ethan Clower almost hauled it in, incomplete, and 1:33 remaining, Brad, and Blacksburg's going to have to punt.
Yep, gotta get the ball off here and play another good defensive series.
1:33 remaining.
It will be Evan Eller that will drop back. He will stand at about the 45-yard line of Lord Botetourt. Luke Goforth awaiting the snap back. It's a good one. Goforth launches a long one. This is going to bounce at about the 35. Eller's just going to get out of the way. That's going to roll down to the 26-yard line.
Great punt right there by Luke Goforth.
A 53-yard punt by Luke Goforth.
That couldn't have came at a better time, I tell you.
53 yards on the punt.
53 yards on the punt. Robbie confirms it.
That's a big one.
He's had punts of 51 and 53 yards. 2 of his 3 punts, 50+ for Luke Goforth.
Well, we've talked a lot about over the years of how that special teams is a true tool to use and a weapon.
Now Lord Botetourt puts 3 receivers, split wide. Here's the snap, bobbled. Salvi tries to get it off, and they're going to say his knee went down as he was trying to pick up the ball at about the 14-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 12.
Good job right there.
Quarterback number 3, Salvi, finally down in the backfield.
So errant snap. Salvi has a little bit of trouble picking it up. Goes down on a knee trying to pick it up.
Looked like number 77, Will Thomas, was back there to put the pressure.
Same formation, 3 receivers split wide to the left. Single running back in the backfield with Salvi. Salvi will hand it off. It is Evan Eller on the run. Got to be careful to not let him get to the edge, and Blacksburg does run him out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. So a gain of about 4, maybe 5. Clock stops, 38 seconds remaining before halftime.
Going to bring up a big 3rd down right here, 3rd and long. You know, you want to make sure as a defensive backfield that you don't let anybody get behind you. And you also want to stay at home. You know, this is a perfect opportunity for a reverse, some type of misdirection as well.
Let's see if Jamie Harless reaches into the bag of tricks. This time he puts the receivers, 3 of them, to the near side of the field. That's the right side of the formation. Eller throws it into the backfield. Check out Salvi throws it to Eller. And Eller's going to be brought down at about the 19-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And I think there's going to be a timeout called here by Blacksburg to try to get the ball back, maybe get a return by Kareem Muhammad.
Yeah, 29 seconds. We've seen it before. We've scored a lot quicker than that over the years. So see what happens here.
What was it against Salem 2 years ago? 14 seconds, I believe it was, and Blacksburg got a touchdown, so the Bruins have been able to do that before. And they would love nothing more than to get a punt return here by Luke Goforth. I'll tell you, Brad, I'm pretty impressed by Blacksburg. They took a punch in the mouth early in this game, and they looked like they were dazed for a little bit. But they hung in there. They weathered the storm. And I think we're going to see a close, low-scoring game here at Bill Brown Stadium tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Now, it's a tough football game out there. There are some licks being thrown out there.
And it will not be Goforth, it'll be Brian Mitchell that will receive the kick from Rago. Or Botetourt with a unique punt formation. They spread about 6 yards between their players on the line of scrimmage. They use the swinging gate protection scheme, trying to get to the ball was Blacksburg. This is going to be a good punt. It's going to get a Botetourt roll all the way down to the 33-yard line, 16 seconds remaining. It will be interesting to see here, Brad, what Blacksburg's offense does. Do you simply run a safe play, go to the locker room tied, or do you take a risk? You try to go long, maybe get a deep one?
Well, I mean, you know, there's 16 seconds here. I mean, there's time for probably a couple plays. We still, actually, we don't have any timeouts left. I thought we had a timeout left.
Can the Blacksburg line give Luke Goforth protection if Blacksburg tries to do something deep? The handoff is to Mitchell. He breaks free over the 40, 45, and up to about the 47-yard line, but he could not get out of bounds. The clock will continue to go. The chains will move, though. It'll be a Nest Realty first down, and Blacksburg quickly gets to the line of scrimmage. Luke Goforth will get under center for the direct exchange. He'll chuck the ball, and Blacksburg will have one last play with 3 seconds left in which to launch a Hail Mary if Luke Goforth has the time to allow the routes to develop.
3 seconds remaining. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bruins.
Well, if you're driving around Blacksburg right now and you don't really have anything to do, there is plenty of time to get out here and watch the second half of this one. This one's turning out to be a good one.
Yes, it is.
Blake Staniland, Kareem Muhammad, Malcolm Collins are the receivers to the near side. Josh Golston to the far side. Luke Goforth waits for the snap back, and we're going to have illegal motion on Blacksburg. Looked like Blake Staniland moved just a bit.
Yeah, got a little quick.
Bruins 5 yards back to the 42-yard man. It will still be 2nd down.
2nd and 15, although yardage doesn't really matter at this point, irrelevant, with just 3 seconds left before halftime. Blacksburg hoping to get some sort of razzle-dazzle play here. Back goes Goforth, drifting to his left, going backwards, throwing long. Has a receiver open. It is Kareem Muhammad. He gets around the first receiver, but he's going to be brought down, the first tackler rather, he'll be brought down at about the 28-yard line. So Blacksburg gave it a shot, could not get to the end zone, but what a good one we have at Bill Brown Stadium. Blacksburg and Lord Botetourt tied at 7 as we head to halftime. We will be back with our halftime show when we return. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
How many layers of paint I would have to put down, so I think that's been the biggest thing that surprised me.
A big part of it is education, and so that's why I wanted to do this, to let people know that these are the actual fishes that live in Strubles Creek. And the big guy here, the chub, he makes a nest of stones in the creek, and then it's used by the chubs as well as the 3 other fishes. There's a saffron shiner, another shiner, and a red-bellied dace. So.
Continental Divide is not right here, but this is the closest safe storm drain to the Continental Divide. So roughly water that falls over there is going to the Roanoke River and to the Atlantic Ocean. Water that falls over that way is going to New York, to the New River, and eventually to the Gulf of Mexico. And I find that kind of mind-blowing, so that's the...
Figuring out how to transition to what you want. And I'm not a person who has to have things perfectly drawn out, and I will change it as I
Blacksburg will kick it off. We'll finish the picks momentarily. It'll be picked up at about the 34-yard line and driven back. A nice tackle for Blacksburg. Julius Mason drops the returner at about the 30-yard line. That's where Botetourt will take over.
That's a great job there by Julius. Jake, who you got? West Virginia, Missouri. I'm going Missouri as well. Last one here, number 21, Syracuse at Maryland. Drew.
I got Syracuse, second best team in the ACC.
Orange for me.
Orange as well.
I got Maryland.
1st and 10, Botetourt. Power pistol to the right side. Snap comes back. It is Eller, the quarterback, hands it off, and the pile will move forward over, well, not over, right at the 35-yard line. So a gain of 4 for the Cavaliers as we get this second half underway.
Tackled by 76, Jamari Hurston.
An absolute gorgeous night here in Southwest Virginia for high school football, and this one is turning out to be a very, very good one. Max protect formation this time, and Eller keeps it himself, and Blacksburg is there to drop him at the line of scrimmage. Good defense, Bruins.
Yep, great job right there. Parker Epperly finding the crease right there amongst those big trees and bringing him down.
Our officiating expert, Robbie Hudson, he's a former offensive lineman. Leverage is so important on the offensive line. Blacksburg worked this week about staying low. Don't get stood up by the Botetourt offensive line, and Blacksburg stayed low on that particular play. 3rd and 5 from the Botetourt 36. Back goes Eller to throw it. He's in trouble. He gets free, throws it long downfield. Luke Goforth was the receiver closest to it for Blacksburg, and he couldn't quite haul it in at the 30-yard line. The intended target was number 44, Xavier Stevens, who usually lines up in the backfield or one of the tight end spots, but Blacksburg comes out of the locker room, Brad, a 3 and out for the Bruins defense.
Super job there by the defense. They played position ball right there, read their keys, and did what they had to do.
It will be Mr. Rago that will go back into punt formation. Very wide splits up front for Lord Botetourt. That's to give their gunners, as they're called, room to operate and get downfield. Kick is away. It's a high spiral, and a fair catch is called for by Muhammad at the 25-yard line. A 39-yard punt. Mr. Rago, and Blacksburg will put the offense in motion in the middle of the field at their own 25.
See if we can try to get something cranking here.
Staniland will line up on the numbers on the near side. Golston will line up on the numbers on the far side. So Blacksburg spreading it open. It's a power pistol, strong to the right side formation in the backfield for Blacksburg. Goforth, back, throws, launches this one high in the air. He's just trying to throw this one away. Looked like maybe a little bit of a busted play there, Brad, from Blacksburg.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Just threw it away. He had a little pressure coming his way. Learned to live for another play, you know.
It looked like Luke thought he was to hand the ball off. There was no one there to do it. He turned quickly, thought, well, let's try to make something out of nothing. And then just decided, you know what, just get rid of this thing. We'll try it again. Golston this time lines up on the numbers on the near side. He's joined by Kareem Muhammad. Staniland and Collins to the far side. Collins comes in motion, Goforth, rolling to his right, in trouble. He's just going to throw this one to the Blacksburg sideline. So Lord Botetourt getting pressure on Luke Goforth and forcing him just simply to throw it out of bounds on both of these first two offensive plays of the third quarter.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of pressure. You know, I talked about it earlier in the game. You know, when that pressure's coming up through there, you know, sometimes you got to run that screen pass just to keep them honest. And, you know, it looks like that could be a possibility that would work for us right here.
Twin receivers to either side. Mitchell to the left of Goforth. Back it goes. Goforth. Looks like they are going to try a screen pass. Mitchell has it, and Botetourt blows it up. Mitchell had room on the left side, but he turned right, and that's where the two white jerseys were. If he cuts that to the left, Brad, there's room.
Yeah, it's yeah, you know, I think that was the right play call on that particular one. And like you said, I mean, there was some room over to the left, but you know, when you're sort of running for your life right there, it's hard to see everything.
So Goforth will drop back into punt formation. He got off a 53-yarder the last time he punted the football. Gets off another high twisting punt. This one will bounce at the 43, goes straight up in the air. Now it'll head backwards, and there to cover it up quickly for Blacksburg, maybe a little bit too quickly, was Ryan Hale.
No, that was not. That's actually Alex Lafont.
It was, yes, Alex Lafont. So for Goforth, it is a punt of about 35 by my math. Sound right, Robbie? So Lord Botetourt, 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line on the near side hash. They'll put two receivers out to the far side. One of them is Mason Wheeling, a 6'6", 215-pounder. Eller running the football to the left side, gets to the edge over the midfield stripe. He'll be run out of bounds at about the 43-yard line of Blacksburg. So pickup of 15 for Evan Eller.
He has a good pickup right there. They just got over on the edge.
Eller's across midfield, out of bounds.
Mark it at the 41, the nose of the football right at the 41-yard line on the far side hash mark. 7-7, Blacksburg and Lord Botetourt, 9:15 remaining in the third quarter on a running clock here at Bill Brown Stadium. Single running back lined up about 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage is Wade. He gets the carry, and he gets stopped immediately. I mean, immediately. The hitman knew where that one was coming.
Hitman North, big 41 coming through. That's gonna be a loss for the Botetourt Cavaliers.
2nd and 11. We haven't been calling the hitman's name too much here in the early going.
He's in the mix, though. I mean, he's
clogging the middle.
Yes, he is.
Twin receivers to the near side are Wheeling and Arnholt. Eller throws it To the near side, completes it to Arnholt. He spun up, not quite brought down yet. Finally brought down at about the 34-yard line. So a gain of about 8 on that play. It'll bring up third and looks like about 3.
Just shy of the 33-yard line.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a short 3, maybe a long 2, depending on how you look at it. Scoreboard says 3rd and 3. More than likely, it is 2-down territory for Lord Botetourt if they do not pick up a first down here. Here's a handoff. It is Eller taking it right up the middle, finding a crease. He'll be down to the 23-yard line. He faked the handoff to Wade and just went straight up the gut.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of confusion on the defensive side of the ball. Good tackle there by number 77, Will Thomas.
So fresh set of down for the Cavaliers. Fresh set of downs, plural, I should say, for the Cavaliers. Eller continuing at quarterback. Hands it off to Wade. Wade will be bottled up after a gain of about a yard.
Great job right there. 41, Darius Norris, as well as number 12, Parker Epperly, in on the tackle.
Multiple Bruins in on the stop. Minimal gain on the play.
Defensive tackles tonight for Blacksburg with a very tall task facing an offensive line that has at least 2 players that are going to play at the next level and Division I at that.
Oh, they got more than 2.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't be surprised to see about 4/5 of that tackle-to-tackle combination at the next level. Here's Eller. He's going to hold on to the football, and he just continues to drive the legs forward. Here is a penalty flag that comes in towards the end of the play.
Tackle made just shy of the 15-yard line.
You would think maybe from where that flag came from, it might be holding at the end of the play. We'll see.
The far hash mark by the 18-yard line.
4 officials are trying to figure it out. They're pointing at one of the yard lines. The flag has been picked up. It's going to be a personal foul, face mask on Blacksburg.
That's a tough penalty right there.
So it will be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line, and for Blacksburg, Jamari Hairston comes out of the game. And here's Blacksburg making a big defensive play, bottling up Wade at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Good job there again, number 41 Norris.
The snap for the Bruins.
Blacksburg already saw an injury to Zach Early very early in this game. Now it's Jamari Hairston that's on the side having a foot looked at by Daniel Clark, the team trainer.
Yeah, that's our other big guy. We don't need him out.
2nd and goal from the 9. It is Eller, the quarterback. He rolls to his right, wants to run it, wants to get to the edge. Parker Epperly is going to bang him out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd and goal for the Cavaliers.
About the 8-yard line, gain about a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
They will spot it at the 8.
Great job right there coming from that middle backer position. He covered a lot of ground on that one. That Eller kid is quick. He makes some things happen.
He's deceptively fast. He doesn't look like he's a real sprinter type of a running back, but he's got good speed.
I understand he's never made below an A in class.
Arnholt and Wheeling split wide to left. Back it comes to Eller. Eller started to throw it. Now he will throw it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. It looked like for a moment the receiver, Gunnar Givens, had it, but he dropped it, and now it's 4th down.
Great job right there. Brian Mitchell on the coverage. Pressure was coming from the inside backers, and super job there by Brian Mitchell.
So the Blacksburg defense bends. It does not break. And it will be Taryn Baker who will come on to attempt a 25-yard field goal from the near side hash. Out of the hold of Eller, Blacksburg needs to watch and not let Eller pick this up and try to run with it. back. Eller puts it down. The kick is up. That kick is good. And Lord Botetourt takes a 10-7 lead with 5:42 remaining in the third quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. And Kareem Muhammad that will drop back to receive the kickoff of Taryn Baker. He's put one in the end zone already, so he's shown a strong leg, Brad. Let's see if Blacksburg can get a return out of this, maybe set the offense up with some good field position. Of course, if you're Blacksburg, you wouldn't mind something like a 90-yard kickoff return, something like that.
That would be nice. I've seen him do that too.
Baker approaches the football, kicks it high, end over end. It will be returnable by Muhammad. He drops it at the 6, now picks it up at the 14, goes to his right, and he'll get down at about the 18-yard line. Very dangerous for Kareem Muhammad trying to pick the ball up. Usually returners are trained, if you bobble it, just get on it.
Yeah, that's right.
But Muhammad picks it up and makes a little bit of yardage out of it.
He's just trying to make something happen. And anything can happen with him. I mean, he's got some speed, and he has a little bit of a seam. He can break it.
Mathena and Muhammad to the near side of the field. Twin receivers to the far side. Mitchell is to the left of Goforth. Back comes the snap. Goforth wants to throw it. Throws it over the middle long, and it's going to be intercepted by Evan Eller at the 41-yard line. And it looked like Eller started cramping up as soon as he hit the ground.
And the pass.
So an interception of Luke Goforth at the 40, looks like they'll mark it at the 41-yard line. Evan Eller is down on the field, and it is a cramp. You can tell by the way the trainers are trying to stretch the leg out.
That kid's been playing hard. I mean, it's understandable. While we got just a second, I haven't called this name out for a while that's been listening to us. They listened to us all year last year and are listening again this year. Beefette, and Beef Jr. are all listening to us from down in Sunnyside.
Where is the beef? It's in Sunnyside.
That's it. We sure do appreciate you all listening.
Mike Boyd and Karen Torgerson listening from Blacksburg. We appreciate that. Mike Boyd listening from Blacksburg. We appreciate him listening as well.
Looks like Eller's getting up. He looks like he's going to be okay. Like you said, I believe it is a cramp. He's walking off on his own power.
And Drew's dad is listening from Euclid, Ohio, near Cleveland tonight because Big Brother and Concord University play Division II number 4 Notre Dame College tomorrow. How about that?
Right, good deal.
Little brother. Well, I'm talking size, okay? Size-wise, he's got you dwarfed.
He's always going to be little to you, right? Well, good luck, Davis.
Get into that super fan of the game action, showing your Bruins.
So which one is the most handsome? That's what we want to know. Oh, is that okay? Okay, all right. Yeah. 1st and 10, Lord Botetourt. Twin receivers to the near side of the field. Going into motion on the far side is Wade. Quickly, Salvi hits his target across the middle. That is Gunnar Givens on a tight end drag route, and Lord Botetourt advances the ball to the 23 of Blacksburg.
Yeah, it was just a little tight end dump. You know, that was quick.
Mary Shorter Sailor listening tonight.
Oh, as well. Aunt Mary, that's
Hampton.
Yep, that's Parker's aunt. Thank you for listening, Mary.
1st and 10, Botetourt. They lead 10-7 with 5:05 remaining in the third quarter. Twin receivers split out to the right side. Again, Wade goes in motion to the far side. A quick pass to the near side is complete to Kyle Arnholt, but he will be brought down for little gain at all.
Good job right there by the two sophomores, Malcolm Collins, number 7, number 12, Parker Epperly in on the tackle.
Officials will mark it at the 22, so gain of 1, 2nd and 9. It is Salvi that's in the game at quarterback for Botetourt. He gets the play, runs into the huddle, conveys the play. The offense breaks the huddle. Twin receivers this time to the left side of the field. Handoff is to Dylan Wade, and he's banging his way forward across the 10, down to the 5-yard line, a gain of 17 yards.
28 Wade, the ball carrier, up the middle.
Wow,
just
right up
power
the middle.
Football. So 1st and goal from the 5, and Bruins defense is forced to, they hope, make another goal line stand.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something here. It's getting down to the wire. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Eller comes back into the game at quarterback, cuts it back inside, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown, and Botetourt leads it now 16-7.
He steps into the end zone, touchdown, Cavaliers.
Interesting how they deploy their quarterbacks, Brad. They bring in Salvi that hits the tight end drag route, and then they bring in Eller knowing that he's more of a runner than a thrower.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, you got to use your quarterbacks to their strength, and you know, they've got one that's a good runner, and they got one that's a good thrower.
Here's the PAT attempt, and Blacksburg has blocked it. Rifling through to get it was Kareem Muhammad. It'll stay at 16-7. Lord Botetourt with the lead. 3:52 remaining in the third quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.
So have you applied for any jobs yet?
Nah, I'm just gonna sit all day.
So am I.
Next stop, Torgerson Hall.
Don't just sit. Sit profitably. Drive for BT.
Make $13.35 per hour.
Well, Brad, last year at Daleville, there were 6 lead changes in the game. Blacksburg hopes they can be at least 1 lead change here.
Yeah, you know, we just sort of got to dig in here. Can't give up here. Just got to keep fighting.
It will be Baker to kick it off. Taryn Baker. And it is a very long kick, and that one goes past the goal line. It'll be an automatic touchback. Ryan Mitchell caught it about a yard deep into the end zone, but in high school, when that ball crosses the goal line, it's dead.
And 10.
So 80 yards for Blacksburg to try to get to within 2, maybe 1 with a 2-point conversion. Blacksburg has got to do a better job here, Brad, of giving Luke Goforth time to let some of these routes develop. Some of these passes Luke has had to throw off of the back foot, and they've had a little bit too much air under them. The interception by Evan Eller translates to 7 points for Botetourt on the last series. Twins to the near side, Twins to the far side. Muhammad in motion on the wide receiver sweep. Had a little bit of room. Looked like he could maybe get to the edge, and then Botetourt stops it after a gain of just 1.
Well, you know, I said it early on. I felt like we needed to be able to run the ball in order to be successful tonight, and we really haven't been able to run the ball very well tonight.
Other than the 29-yard rush by Luke Goforth for the lone Blacksburg touchdown, the running game for Blacksburg has not gotten untracked.
Yeah, guys, Blacksburg only has 36 yards on the outside.
Wow.
Triplets to the near side, Twins to the far side, an empty backfield for Goforth. Now in motion comes Epperly. Goforth has time now, throws, has Mitchell over the 40, 45, and a saving tackle made by Lord Botetourt. Isaiah Stevens at the midfield stripe. And actually the ball will be spotted in Botetourt territory at the 48-yard line.
Good strike there by Goforth to Mitchell.
And even 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And on that play, Blacksburg's offensive line gave Goforth time. This time it's Epperly in the backfield, and officials are going to stop play. The game clock did not get started, and that's why they blew the whistle. Now it is started again. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. As we said, Epperly's in the backfield. Goforth throws, wants to hit Mitchell again. Mitchell's got it again at the 30-yard line. Same exact play, pretty much for Blacksburg, and it's another Nest Realty first down.
Good job right there. Buying a little bit of time for Luke.
Blacksburg getting the passing game untracked on this particular offensive series. And it's been Brian Mitchell that's been the man of the moment for Blacksburg. This time Mitchell will line up to the right side of Goforth. Parker Epperly will line up behind Luke Goforth. Twin receivers to the far side of the field. Nathan Messina between the hash and the numbers on the near side. Goforth back, wanted to pitch it. Back to Epperly, did not. And he took it upfield. That may not have been the best decision. Looked like Epperly had some real estate he could have navigated.
You got to read your keys. You know that the pitch was open there. We could have probably picked up some good yardage on that particular play.
No gain on the play, so 2nd and 10 for Blacksburg. Mitchell, Muhammad, and Messina on the near side. Golson to the far side. Here is another pass intended for Mitchell, and that one just had way too much air under it. Almost intercepted again by Lord Botetourt, 3rd and 10.
Coverage on the play provided by the Cavaliers, number 3, James Ryan Salvi.
Blacksburg looked like they went to the well one too many times on that one, Brad. It was the 3rd time that Goforth had targeted Mitchell on this series. Lord Botetourt almost got another pick.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 10 here. I mean, you have to look at this. This is 2-down territory. You don't necessarily have to get it all at one time.
Epperly is to the right of the quarterback Goforth. Goforth drops back, throws, wants to go long, has his receiver in the end zone, and it's knocked away on a brilliant defensive play by Peyton Haston. 5'11", 160-pound senior. He's made a couple of big plays in this game for Lord Botetourt. But there is, well, I thought there might be a penalty flag momentarily. 4th and 10 for Blacksburg. And the offense will stay on the field.
Brings up 4th and long for the Bruins.
Well, if we got something up our sleeve, now's the time to do it. We got to try to get some points on the board here.
Blacksburg gets the play signaled in. Receivers are shifting sides of the field. It'll be Messina, Mitchell, and Muhammad to the far side. Golston to the near side on the numbers. Ball on the far side hash. Epperly to the right of Goforth. Back comes the snap. Goforth has some time. He's going to roll now to his right. Throws. And that one is intercepted. Too much air under that one. Evan Eller intercepts it. And it is Brian Mitchell with the tackle. And Mitchell is still down on the ground for Blacksburg. Nathan Messina getting up and limping a little bit as well.
And the Cavalier 25.
Daniel Clark will quickly come out on the field to tend to Brian Mitchell.
Offense comes out onto the field first and 10.
Blacksburg suffering some injuries here this evening at Bill Brown Stadium.
Yes, they
We'll
are.
take a timeout. Blacksburg has got to go back on defense once again with 70 seconds remaining in the third quarter, trailing 16-7.
Mark, I got to give a shout out to some boys listening from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Blacksburg boys, Tracy McCoy, Kevin Scott, Timmy Henderson, Mike Snyder, Kelly Shelton, Rob Jones, and Bill Lincolnhooker. Sure do appreciate you guys listening.
Hunting trip time?
Absolutely. I think it's probably just a fun trip time.
Snap back to Salvi. He hands it off to Wade. Wade will go over the left guard for a gain of about, looks like 2 from our vantage point.
On the play by number 77, William Thomas.
Scoreboard agrees, so 2nd and 8, under a minute remaining in the third quarter.
Will Thomas in on the tackle for the Bruins.
Well, Brad, it's not do or die time yet for Blacksburg by any stretch of the imagination, but the defense cannot allow another score right now. The Bruins need to step up here. Twin receivers to the near side. Here is the handoff to, looks like that time was Ethan Clower in the backfield, and he is brought down for no gain. And that may end up being the final play of the third quarter. 19 seconds left, and we'll see if the Botetourt coaches just let this third quarter run out. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do.
It's a great sandwich there from the defensive side perspective. You had Luke Elliott coming from the inside. They moved Parker Epperly out on the edge. Both of them came up and just sort of sandwiched him there. We got to step up right here. Third down on defense after the break is over with. Because at some point we've got to be able to get some points on the board, even if it's a field goal, to give us a chance.
16-7, Blacksburg trailing Lord Botetourt. As we head to the fourth quarter, you're listening to Bruins football on your local station ESPN Blacksburg.
Who are you? What do you serve? What do you believe in? This is Blacksburg, Virginia, the home of Virginia Tech, a small yet growing community nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Here, you'll find all walks of life, college students, new families, people who just want a quiet place to retire. Summers are adventurous, falls are filled with the buzz of college football. Winters bring a quiet beauty, and springtime is beautiful beyond belief. It's a special place to live. But this town also plays host to another kind of person, a group of professionals who serve in ways you could never imagine. Meet the Blacksburg Police Department. This department values close relationships, family, integrity, and training. If you qualify to join these ranks, you'll be trained for success. You'll grow in personal confidence. You'll truly enjoy coming to work every day. Blacksburg permits a different level of community involvement. Why? Because residents here respect and care about their police force. So this police force is able to truly help those in the community who are in need. You'll be helping our population get home safely after a night out, giving life lessons to those who made an honest mistake, protecting our young ones from harm's way, helping to solve problems during the big games, the festivals, and parades. Serving on this police force is not just working in another job. This is an opportunity to fundamentally shift the lives of others toward positive results. You'll become the rational voice of reason for people when things are going poorly for them. You'll be the leader to guide others to see a better light. You'll be the one who knows the way, and you'll show the way. You are the one who does the right thing when no one is watching. Obviously, serving on this police force is not a job for just anyone. It goes back to these basic questions. Who are you? What do you serve? What do you believe in? We welcome the select few who are drawn toward a higher calling to serve. Is that you? Do you qualify? Are you curious enough to find out? This is your opportunity to consider joining one of the country's finest police departments.
We begin the fourth quarter of play. 3rd and 8, Lord Botetourt. Salvi going to be brought down in the backfield on a streaking sack by Nathan Mathena.
Good job by Nathan Mathena coming in from that backside. We had everything covered up on the far side over there with the receivers coming out of the backfield, and Nathan just sort of sounded off right there and came on a hard blitz.
Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Jake Lyman. Jake, you've watched this from field level for 3 quarters. Your impressions? So here is the punt. It is a high kick by Rego. He gets off a good one. This was going to roll inside the Blacksburg 40. It'll be down at the 35-yard line at his 48-yard punt.
It's a good punt. We've seen some good kicks so far in this game.
And Blacksburg's defense did its job. It has given the ball back to the offense with 11:01 remaining. Blacksburg trailing 16-7 in this fourth quarter. The ball's on the near side hash. It will be Mitchell and Golston in the boundary. Muhammad, Staniland, and Golston on the far side. Back comes the snap. Goforth in trouble. Evades the rush. Heads forward, breaks free over the 35, over the 40, 45, and up near the midfield stripe. So some nifty footwork by Luke Goforth. They'll actually mark it at the 49 of Lord Botetourt. So a gain of 16 for Goforth.
Good open field run there by Luke.
He is the leading rusher tonight for Blacksburg so far. How many yards does he have so far, Drew?
Good enough for a Blacksburg Bruin. First down. Come on, guys.
Back comes the snap. Goforth throws it out in the flat. Has Muhammad over the 45. Muhammad drags the tackler up to about the 38-yard line. That'll be a Nest Realty first down again for Blacksburg.
Good job there moving the chains.
21, Dalton Breeze. Across the 40 to the 39-yard line. Fans, the reception from Muhammad. Good enough.
Blacksburg's players looking back to get the play call. Staniland started on the far side of the field. He will shift to the near side. Golston will go to the far side. They swap. Muhammad looks like he's going to line up in the backfield with a pistol look for Blacksburg. The players looking down at the wristbands. It is a pistol strong right for Blacksburg. Let's see if the Bruins run out of this. They do not. Trying to set up the screen. Goforth rolling to his right. Rolling, and he's just going to throw it out of bounds. No one open. Score update from Christiansburg. 21-13 Christiansburg over Giles. 8:38 remaining in the fourth quarter over at Porterfield Stadium.
Good job there by the Blue Demons.
Yeah, I know.
They've got Patrick County and Rockbridge coming up after this one, Brad. The Blue Demons could be 4-0 here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, those kids have worked awful hard, I tell you.
Golston, the single receiver to the far side. Triplett to the near side. Mitchell is to the right of Goforth. 2nd and 10 from the 39 of Botetourt. Goforth back, throws. Had a receiver, Malcolm Collins, open in the seam and threw it about 2 yards short. And Luke would love to have that one back. Luke doesn't show a whole lot of emotion, but what little he does show, he did show there. So 3rd and 10 for Blacksburg from the Botetourt 39. The ball on the far side hash. Collins and Golston appear that they will line up on the left side, and now they switch. It'll be Staniland and Muhammad that'll switch to the boundary. It'll be Collins and Golston to the near side. Mitchell this time to the left of Goforth. Back comes the snap. Quick pass out in the flat to Muhammad. He breaks free over the 30, over the 25, over the 20, down to about the 16-yard line.
Good nifty run right there by Muhammad.
23 yards on that particular catch and run. That was the tunnel screen that Blacksburg used on that particular play. So it's a Nest Realty first down for Blacksburg at the 16 of Botetourt. Ball just inside the far side hash. Staniland, a single receiver to the far side. Twins to the near side. Pistol look for Blacksburg. Strong to the right side. Mitchell gets the carry. He breaks free. Mitchell carrying tacklers down to the 3-yard line, a gain of 13. They'll actually mark him at the 2 for a gain of 14. Well, if Blacksburg can get the running game going, that would be very, very good, although here is Mitchell limping off on that right leg. But it'll take a pretty significant injury to keep Brian Mitchell off the field. One tough customer, young Mr. Mitchell. And it looks like Parker Epperly's going to come in at quarterback. Darius Nichols coming in. Luke Elliott. This is a power package designed specifically for Goforth and movement up front. And Blacksburg will have to drop back 5 yards.
Somebody on the line.
There's a lineman that moved for Blacksburg.
As long as they get set for a 7.
Against the Bruins, 5 yards back.
And that could be huge. Instead of 1st and goal from the 3, it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Wow, those penalties kill you.
That was a big one for Blacksburg there. So Goforth will come back on the field. That was a designed Wildcat type of play specifically for the talents of Parker Epperly, but Blacksburg will have to keep that one in the playbook, perhaps for later. Twin receivers to the left, single receiver Staniland to the right, power pistol left. Here's the handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell driving forward, and he's going to be close to the original line of scrimmage. Down to the 3, maybe the 2. 8 minutes even remaining. Botetourt leading 16-7. Blacksburg going a little bit of tempo here. Twins to the far side. Single receiver again is Staniland to the near side. Handoff. Mitchell goes into the middle, and Lord Botetourt is waiting for him. He'll lose a yard. 3rd and 3.
Goes up the middle. Brian Mitchell, the ball carrier, medical loss on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and goal.
Well, I've got to think here, Brad, that if you don't get the touchdown, you bring on James Poland to get 3 points on the board to get within a single score.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to get some points on the board.
Tight formation with the receivers bunched close to the 5 linemen. It is Parker Epperly in the backfield. Mitchell comes in motion. Epperly is going to be thrown down for a loss of 2 to the 5. He faked the handoff to Mitchell, thought maybe they could get the Botetourt defense keying on Mitchell, opening up a lane for Epperly, but Botetourt had none of it. And it will be James Poland that will come on to attempt a 22-yard field goal with the ball pretty much in the middle of the field, so not much of an angle on this kick, and this is very important here for Blacksburg to get within 1 score. Out of the hole to Goforth. Kick is up, it's blocked. Does it have enough room to get over the line? No. So Botetourt blocks the field goal attempt by Blacksburg, their 2nd block of the night, and special teams are hurting the Bruins in a big way here tonight.
Yeah, that was huge right there, Mark. That was huge. We had to get some points on the board right there. You go back to the penalty, the false start down there when it's 1st and goal.
Absolutely.
Has to move you back, and you know, you just can't make those types of mistakes when you get in the red zone.
Uncharacteristic for this Blacksburg team. Very, very well-coached team. Blacksburg, not too many penalties usually, but a critical one there, 3 yards away. And here's the handoff to Wade. Breaking tackles, continuing to run, go forth, and a slew of blue jerseys finally bring him down at the 32. Nothing but powerful running by Dylan Wade.
Looks like Luke Goforth as well as Alex LaFon in on the tackle there. Just got to dig in. There's 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. We can't give up yet. There's still a long ball game.
Blacksburg would love to get a turnover right here. And you can bet Lord Botetourt's going to use every bit of time on this clock now. They will be in no hurry to get to the line of scrimmage. Power pistol to the near side, handoff. This time it is Wade. And he will be brought down at about the 39-yard line. There may be a hold there on Botetourt.
I think that it will. Look like Golson and Muhammad in on the tackle there, but I do believe it's going to be a holding penalty against Lord Botetourt.
It is. So it'll be a 10-yard mark-off from the spot of the foul. The flag is laying at the 37-yard line. It looks like that's where the mark-off will commence.
Holding penalty against the Cavaliers.
The ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line, so the flag must have been on the 36. So it'll be first and about
where it'll be first down and about
17
yards to go.
Evan Eller into the game at quarterback, has a single running back Wade behind him. Low snap. Eller takes off. Look out. One man to beat, Josh Golston. Eller at the 40. He's going to be wrestled down at the 30 of Blacksburg in a long gain by Evan Eller.
Just faked the dive up the middle and took it around the edge. Good job there by Josh Golston, not giving up on it.
Botetourt advances the ball to the Blacksburg 33-yard line.
Wow.
He was a Class 3 Defensive Player of the Year last year. Now Salvi is into the game at quarterback. He hands it off to Wade. Wade knifing his way through, breaks one tackle of Epperly and falls forward to about the 26-yard line for a gain of 7. And another Bruin is down. Let's see which one that is. That is Parker Epperly. Looks like he's
located at the concession stand.
He started to grab at his left leg. I don't know if that's a cramp.
You can pick it up at the concession stand.
While Epperly is being tended to, let's take this time out. 16-7, Lord Botetourt leading, 4:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is Bruins football on ESPN Blacksburg. A good sign for Bruins fans. Parker Epperly walking off of the field under his own power, favoring just a little bit the left leg. So it is 2nd and 3 for Lord Botetourt with 4:40 remaining. They lead by 9 at 16-7. They have the ball at the Blacksburg 25, and if Blacksburg ever needed a turnover or some sort of big play, it would be now. Power pistol right. Evan Eller is in the game at quarterback for Lord Botetourt. Back it comes. Hand off to Wade. Started up the middle. Was able to get to the right side, and finally Blacksburg wrestles him down, but I do think he'll have enough for the first down given the forward progress. Officials are going to stop the clock. 4:09 remaining.
Gains a few yards on the play.
Definitely got to have a big stop here.
Scoreboard says it is 1st and 3. Now they correct it. It's actually 3rd and 3. Now they're going to actually move the chains and call it a first down for Lord Botetourt. 4:09 remaining. And you can bet it's going to be a steady diet of running plays from here on out for Lord Botetourt. And number 4, Evan Eller, and number 28, Dylan Wade, are going to get the bulk of the carries, maybe all of them the rest of the way. And Eller is going to drain the clock, play clock at 12. He's going to look at the play clock, moving right to left. He'll look at it on the left side. Here is 28 Wade, getting to the left edge. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line for a gain of 4.
Good job there, Nathan Mathena, as well as Malcolm Collins in on the tackle.
Tackle by number 14, Mathena, number 7, Sherman Collins.
Ball will be spotted at the
19-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 yards. Second down.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and Lord Botetourt is just going to drain this clock. Play clock at 18 seconds. Game clock at 3:18. And the Cavaliers slowly walk up to the line of scrimmage. That comes the snap. Eller keeps it. He's got room to run on the right side. He's at the 10. Turns the corner. 5. Touchdown, Lord Botetourt. And that may well do it for the Cavaliers. They lead it now 22-7. Well, we said it, Brad, in the pregame. One of the best players in the state, really at any classification. Class 1, Class 6, put them all in the mix. Evan Eller is going to be one of the best players in the state at any level.
Yes, he is. You know, I mean, he's quite the player. He's proved it tonight.
So Baker will try to add another PAT for Lord Botetourt. Down goes the snap, up goes the kick, and through the uprights it goes. Lord Botetourt extends its lead to 23-7 with 2:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. Lead over Blacksburg to 23-7 with 2:58 remaining in the fourth quarter. And now it's going to take a comeback for the ages for Blacksburg to somehow pull this one out here at Bill Brown Stadium. Any score updates, Brad, that we have right now?
I do not have any right now.
It might be your missing cellular device.
We had an update from Porterfield Stadium. Christiansburg went up 28-13. Maston Stanley ripped off a 51-yarder. Here's the long kickoff. It's going to be into the end zone. Not sure why. Kareem Muhammad maybe could have caught that at about the 1-yard line, but instead he lets it go. So Luke Goforth and the Bruins offense will come back onto the field trying to get some sort of big play magic working. Trailing by 16 points at 23-7. Just under 3 minutes remaining, 2:58. Twin receivers to either side. Mitchell 2 yards off the right hip of Goforth. Back comes the snap. Goforth throws it out into the flat to Muhammad. Muhammad, not sure why he made the particular move that he made. Instead of getting out of bounds, he cuts it back inside, and the clock will continue to run. He does pick up yardage to the 24, actually just shy of the 25. Call it 2nd and a long 5. Blacksburg's players looking down at the wristbands to get the play. And this hurry-up offense needs to go faster than what Blacksburg is doing it right now. Goforth rolling to his left. Throws, and it's complete to Nathan Mathena. He does manage to get out of bounds. It's a Nest Realty first down to the 32 of Lord Botetourt. 2:16 remaining.
Reels it in, finally tackled by number 22, Flower. But Mathena's across the 30-yard line.
And the clock did not stop. Apparently, Brad, he was tackled in bounds. The clock continuing to run.
Yeah, I thought that it would stop there.
Mitchell's in the backfield with Goforth. Triplets right, single receiver left. Goforth dropping back, now having to roll to his right. Still rolling. Looks like he's going to maybe run it. Now he's going to stop, fire, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Nathan Mathena at about the 48-yard line. That will stop the clock with 1:50 remaining.
Pass ball is incomplete.
So Lord Botetourt last week with a 15-9 win over Brookville, and a lot of people wondered what's wrong with Botetourt. Everyone thought this was going to be this huge machine that Jamie Harless was going to unleash on Class 3. Well, they're showing here tonight maybe that game against Brookville was a little bit of a fluke, because by and large they have controlled this game almost from the beginning. We're going to have a timeout now called by Lord Botetourt. Jamie Harless coming out onto the field to talk to his defensive unit.
Called by the Cavaliers, first Jarvis timeout of the half.
Well, Brad, it certainly looks like Blacksburg's record is going to fall to 1-1, but if you're Blacksburg, all your goals are still in front of you. You're going to qualify for the playoffs automatically. There's only 8 teams in Region 4D, but you can learn a lot from a game like this.
Yeah, we took a beating tonight, though. I mean, we've got, you know, Brian Mitchell took a beating, Parker Epperly took a beating, Luke Goforth taking a beating, Nathan Mathena, you know, Zach Early, Jamari. I mean, this game right here was a physical game, and I don't know. I mean, it does help prepare you for the next game in the playoffs, but
Fans were just under 2
I just soon not have it, to be honest with you. I mean, this is a tough one right here. I mean, you look at a lot of your players and stuff, your key players.
It'll be 3 receivers to the near side and a single receiver to the far side. That is Golston. Actually, it's going to be 2 receivers to the far side. One of them is Darius Norris, and we're going to have a timeout called by Jamie Harless, and he's out on the field pointing at his defensive unit. One thing about Jamie Harless, he never stops coaching. Even when his team looks like they're on the verge of a comfortable win here in Blacksburg, he's out there making corrections, trying to make sure his defensive unit is doing what they're supposed to do. The good ones do that, Brad. They never stop coaching no matter what the score. They continue to coach.
Well, you got to. I mean, that's just competitive nature. If you're not going to coach till the end, you can't expect your kids to play till the end.
So Blacksburg breaks the huddle. It'll be Golston and Norris to the far side. Mathena. Looks like Aiden Seeley into the game at receiver. And Golston on the near side of the field. An empty backfield for Luke Goforth. He wipes his hands on the towel that he wears on his backside, claps his hands, back comes the snap. Goforth, he's going to throw it long. He's got a receiver out there, and looked like Kareem Muhammad just could not draw a bead on it. It falls incomplete, 2nd and 10, 1:44 remaining.
Yeah, I tell you what, number 3 for Botetourt, that safety, James Salvey, he was sort of teeing it up right there for Kareem. but he sort of had to wait.
Maybe hearing footsteps just a bit.
Well, I tell you one thing. I've watched Kareem for the past couple years play. And that kid goes across the middle, and I mean, he takes a hit. That's one kid that's not afraid to go across the middle.
He can take a licking, but he'll keep ticking. Now we're going to have a shift of receivers, and Blacksburg's going to call timeout to make sure they get their play call correct. We're seeing Blacksburg having some problems tonight. Very first play of the game, Blacksburg had to call a timeout because they could not get the offensive play in on the very first play. And a little bit of problems on the first offensive play of the second half. And now in the 2-minute offense, we've seen Blacksburg take a little bit too much time looking down at the wristbands. Blacksburg's got some things to work on here offensively, Brad. They're correctable things, but they've got some things to work on.
Well, at the end of the day, I think we got to find our identity. And, you know, you got to find what makes you click. Kids played a hard game. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, but we just got to find that identity of what's going to make the whole group play.
Triplets to the near side, single receiver to the far side. Check that, there's two. Norris is close to the line of scrimmage, almost lining up as a tight end. Goforth stands at about the 26, drops back, has some time, wants to throw it very long for Muhammad, and it was tipped by Bray Farrell and just out of the reach of Muhammad. 4th and 10, and it is last gasp time for Blacksburg. Bruins look to the sideline. They get the play call. Mathena, Muhammad. Our two receivers to the near side. To the far side, it'll be Golston, about 2 yards off of the Botetourt sideline. Mathena is on that same side. Back it comes. Goforth wants to throw. Starts to run. Comes upfield. He's going to try to run for the first down. He'll have it. He's over midfield, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds at the Botetourt 47-yard line.
Good job there by Luke to pick up the first down. You know, that's the one thing I will tell you about number 4. He will fight till the end.
He is a competitor's competitor. And Brad, every practice I go to, the last guy off the field is Luke Goforth. They almost have to beg him to get off of the field.
He's a hard worker.
Snap back. Goforth rolling to his right, still rolling. Thinking he's going to throw it maybe. Now he's just going to throw it out of bounds and live to fight another play. 66 seconds remaining, 23-7. Lord Botetourt leading Blacksburg. Lord Botetourt came into this season the top-ranked team in the Timesland ranking of teams. The Salem Spartans may have taken a slight at that, and even Blacksburg maybe took a slight at that, but Lord Botetourt proving tonight that they are indeed one of the top teams, not just in Southwest Virginia, all of Virginia.
They're a great football team. There's no doubt about that. Great football team.
Two receivers left, 3 right. Goforth will have to step up and now roll to his right. Wants to go long, throwing long. His receiver intended was Kareem Muhammad, and it's knocked away. A nice defensive play by Bray Farrell. And we have seen some really good defensive backfield play by Lord Botetourt here tonight. Their offensive line, their defensive line gets a lot of the accolades. Evan Eller gets a lot of accolades as well. Their defensive backfield, Brad, has impressed me tonight the way they've played too.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a quality defense. I mean it's just a quality team all the way around.
Their kicker is good. He's put kickoffs in the end zone. They blocked a couple of Blacksburg field goal attempts. Here's Goforth throwing it. Has a receiver open. That's Muhammad. He's got it at the 35. He'll be tackled at the 34, between the 35 and the 34, but he did not get out of bounds. It will be a Nest Realty first down for Blacksburg. And as soon as those chains get set, the clock will start, but Blacksburg will call a timeout. 50 seconds remaining. Let's take a brief timeout as well. 23-7, Botetourt leading Blacksburg. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg. 50 seconds remaining in the game. Lord Botetourt leading Blacksburg 23-7 in the home opener for the Bruins. 6 of the next 7 games right here at Bill Brown Stadium. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Play action to Mitchell. Goforth in trouble. Drops the ball, actually kicks the ball out of bounds back at the 47-yard line of Lord Botetourt. A big, big loss there. And that was maybe indicative of the night that Blacksburg has had here against one of the best teams in the state in Class 3.
Just haven't had a great night. I mean, all the way around. But, you know, the thing is you know, you put this one behind you. The most important one's the next one. I always used to tell my kids when I coached, most important play is the next play, and it's the same thing with this game.
2nd and 29. Here is a quick tunnel screen to Muhammad, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of about 5, maybe 6, depending on the spot. And Blacksburg will call their final timeout of the night. 34 seconds remaining. 23-7, Lord Botetourt leading. And Vaughn Phipps and James Sheeler, 2 of the defensive coaches, have come down from the press box. And actually, Brad, I don't think the defense played that badly here tonight.
No, I don't think the defense played that badly, to be honest. I mean, you know, we had short field position a few times, and they took advantage of that short field position.
The big goal line stand early.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Here tonight. Let's give a round of applause for the Blacksburg High School Marching Band. Doing a great job in the stands tonight.
We're going to be all right. You know, we're going to be all right. Just got to get everybody back healthy again.
That's going to be probably the biggest concern coming out of this game is the health of some of the players. Zach Early is on crutches down on the sideline. Brian Mitchell was limping. Brad Epperly was limping.
Parker Epperly.
Or Parker Epperly, rather.
I probably was too.
You limped too, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
Triplets to the right, single receiver to the left. Single running back beside the quarterback. Luke Goforth is Norris. Here's a long pass intended for Goforth on a streak route down the numbers on the near side, and he can't quite bring it in. He helps Evan Eller up off the field. 27 seconds remaining. 4th and 24. Tough night for the Bruins here in their home opener 2019. This is one of the games that people looked at the schedule and thought, well, that might be one that Blacksburg would struggle with. And it's turned out to be that way. Twin receivers to both sides. 4th and 24. Goforth being chased by a host of white jerseys, and they will drag him down at the 46-yard line, although there's a penalty flag. That might be a horse collar.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
2 flags are on the field.
It's not an automatic first down. It may be. I don't think it is.
Looks like the mark-off is going to occur from the 46 of Blacksburg. They're going to say it was a face mask. Well, I certainly didn't see the face mask. I thought maybe a horse collar. The official gave the face mask signal, but that, I believe, was a horse collar infraction.
We'll get 15 yards and replay the down.
It's a free 15 yards.
So Robbie Hudson says, our officiating expert, a 15-yard mark-off, and because it's a penalty on the defense, Blacksburg will get one more down. This is going to make it 4th and about 14. Triplets left. Single receiver right. Snap back to go forth. Under pressure, rolling to his right, still rolling. He's going to step it upfield. He thought maybe he could open up a lane into the middle of the field. He's going to be tackled at about the 35, and Lord Botetourt will take over with 10 seconds left.
Cavalier 35-yard line, short of first down yardage. Turnover on downs.
And you can tell Luke Goforth is banged up down on the field. He's limping just a little bit. Several Bruins are limping. In what has been a very physical game tonight, both ways. Lord Botetourt a little more physical than Blacksburg, and that's their MO. Their mode of operation is to simply wear teams out, and they will now get into victory formation. Back comes the snap to Salvi. He takes the knee, and that will bring this game to a close, and Blacksburg will come up on the short end of a 23-7 loss tonight to the Lord Botetourt Cavaliers here in the 2019 home opener at Bill Brown Stadium. We'll be back for the Main Street Pharmacy Bruins postgame show when we return. You're listening to Bruins football on your local station, ESPN Blacksburg.